Well, thanks for being with us, and truly, when I say this, thanks for being kind of part of the JLab family. It's this is new for us as we dive into college football. We've been in sports for a while, but super happy and excited to be in college football and be partnered with folks like you. So thank you. But I'll be quick. I know you got a busy day.
Appreciate it.
I read that you scored 1,000 basketball points in high school.
That is true. I'm guilty. Yeah.
What position?
I was, I'd like to say like a stretch four. I played a little three, a little four,
Okay.
but I was a stretch four. Could hit some threes every now and again.
Do you miss it?
I do. That was really probably my first love was basketball. When I realized I was a little too short to play big man at the next level, that was when I was kind of had a little realization. I was like, hey, maybe this football thing is going to be a little better for me. So ended up going the football route, but I do miss it sometimes. I wish I could go back out and play some pickup.
Yeah, I bet someday.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So I'll go back to your past a little bit. You played 4 years at Kansas State. I went to Oklahoma, so I was like into Kansas State. Like I always, that was the one team that could come to Norman and always beat them. It was awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What made you pick Kansas State from Pennsylvania?
Man, it was a lot of different things went into it, but when I was getting recruited, I felt like my junior year I got hurt and it kind of derailed my recruitment a little bit. I was a 3-star guy, was kind of, I thought, overlooked. I only had 5 Power 5 offers, had a couple closer to home, but some stuff ended up kind of falling through. And really at the end of the day, it was either Kansas State or really like the Ivy Leagues or some of the group of 5 schools. And at the end of the day, I took a visit out at Kansas State. They offered me really quick into when I first started talking to them, and it felt like I was really wanted there. And everything kind of added up except for the distance from home. And, once I finally kind of got over that, I prayed on it, talked to my family about it. It just felt like that was the right place for me. And it ended up being awesome. I was a little homesick for the first couple months being out there, but, once I got past that, man, it was awesome. I really did love my time out there.
Yeah, Manhattan's a cool place. I went there for a game when I was back in the day. It was fun. I've never been to Columbus.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
It's very different in a lot of different ways. And, Columbus is a big city. It's got the big city feel, while also having, the college town feel. And I feel like Columbus is as big or as small as you really want to make it. Cause you can go downtown, you can go hang out, with the tall buildings and be in the city, but you can also, travel, to where I live here in Grandview is like 10 minutes outside. It doesn't really feel like you're in a city anymore. Or you go on campus and it doesn't really feel like a city type atmosphere, but it also is at the same time. It's cool. Everything's a little heightened here. There's more eyes. There's more students, more people at the games. Everything's just kind of a step up in a way in terms of, just size. But it's been great, man. I love it here. It's a little closer to home for me. So my family's able to get out here a little easier. So everything's been great, man. I've loved my time out here at Ohio State.
Yeah, that's awesome. When you go out to play, what's your hype song? What do you listen to?
That's a good question, man. I go back and forth on it. It really depends on the week. Like 2 weeks ago, I was really rocking with some of the new Future.
Okay.
And then this week I didn't really have anything that I was bumping too crazy. I was rocking more gospel music this week, which is kind of may sound a little counterintuitive, but I like to kind of, get myself to a little, a place of peace and calm right before I go out on the field. And when we're on the bus and, the fans are yelling at you and throwing stuff at you, I play a little bit of that pump up music, and that's when I, pump a little Future into my headphones. I start feeling like the man a little bit, and then right before the game, I get into the locker room. I like to kind of wind down a little bit, play some reggae, play some gospel music, and kind of center myself.
Nice, that's cool.
Yeah.
What hobbies outside of football do you think people would be surprised that you participate in?
Be surprised about? I mean, I golf a lot, which I wouldn't say is too surprising. I don't play video games like at all, and people are surprised by that. Sometimes I feel like when you're living alone, and you're in a college football, environment. A lot of guys play video games. I'm not any good at video games. I don't really, I don't do well with it. I've never really been like a big fisher hunter, but I do like kind of being outdoors. I've always been really a sporty person. So I don't think there's anything that people would, necessarily be surprised by, but, yeah, I'm pretty simple, man. I keep it to football and the sports, and I watch some shows, but since I've been here, man, it's been pretty business oriented. I've been pretty locked in on being the best I can be on the field.
So when I talk to Travis Hunter in like 2 days, I shouldn't like tee up a college football game.
He'll definitely have some different answers than I will. I'm sure he'll have some more. He likes to dance on those streams and whatnot in those onesies.
Yeah,
which is pretty funny.
it's amazing.
I don't do any of that, but it's not as I'm not as cool, I guess.
And my last question for you, and then I'll let you get back to your day. Will, you've been coached your whole life. My guess would be, I take coaching very well too. What can we do better for you from a product perspective, for helping you out? Like, what can we do better?
I love these headphones. Like, they're noise canceling. Like, I can't really hear anything when I put them on. Like,
I love that.
The noise quality's been great. I really have no complaints, honestly, from my side. Like, I think it's been awesome. So I really appreciate you guys, taking me into part of the family and having me on board. Like, it's been really fun.
Well, we appreciate it, Will, and I say this and I mean it genuinely. I can't help you at all on the field, but when your days are done, if that ever happens off the field, I'll do anything I can to help you, and the company will do anything we can to help you. But thank you for being a part of this. It's a fun journey, and I'm really appreciative of it. So thank you.
Absolutely. No, thank you, sir. I appreciate you, and it's been great. So no doubt.
Well, good luck the rest of the year, my man. Be well, stay healthy.
All right. Thank you. Same to you.